It's Saturday morning cartoons, and we're bundled up. It's a little chilly here in Sacramento today, and we're gearing up. In about an hour, it's supposed to start raining for 40 days and 40 nights. Well, maybe not that long, but for a couple of weeks, we got all sorts of warnings and alerts and things like that. So we've got the car. Constance has the car all covered up out there, and hopefully, even though we have a wind alert, hopefully that won't go blowing down the street. But like I say, I'm watching the news, the weather news all over the country, and many of you have it a lot scarier than we do. So keep safe, keep dry, keep out of the wind. For Saturday morning cartoons, I'm going to share with you a few things. The other day I did sort of my song lyrics as poems and talked about a poetry slam, just using my song lyrics. But I've actually sort of written poems for birthday cards and thank you cards and thanks for to other people, and because I've had to sort of print them out on my computer, I still got them on file. And but I'm not really a poet, okay? I write song lyrics and things like that, and I have sort of a rhythm to what I do when I put it on paper. I'm not very eloquently well spoken, verbally, but when I write, I have sort of a rhythm. But anyway, I like to, over the years, I've written Constance and Jean-Paul birthday cards and things like that, and I make them up myself. And what I do is grab a famous poem and use the format, the rhythm and the meter and the style of the poem, and just stick in my own things, as we say. So I'm going to read a few of those because it's like Saturday morning cartoon entertainment, and I hope you like it. This is and another reason I got all this out is because it's February, and Constance's birthday is February 27th, and Jean-Paul's birthday is February 28th. And so I was going down the files by date, and I found a bunch of these. So most of these have a lot of elements in it that are like private in jokes that are just sort of truly understandable to the person that's reading it, but I hope I don't have to stop and explain a bunch of things. But this first one, we used to live on Garden Lane in Costa Mesa. We lived there for 22 years. And this one is called On Garden Lane Did Papa Lon a Cozy Pleasure Dome Decree. Obviously a rip-off of Coleridge. Okay. On Garden Lane did Papa Lon a cozy pleasure dome decree, where streamed the upper Newport Bay past mansions where rich white folks play down to the sparkling sea. So twice 5 yards of fertile ground. We had a tiny, tiny backyard. Okay. like 10 by 5. Yeah. So twice 5 yards of fertile ground with walls and roses were girdled round, and there a garden bright with sinuous rills, where blossomed many an incense-bearing flower, and here shat felines ancient as the hills, and sainted possums bless the twilight hours. A damsel with a brand new axe. Constance has all sorts of hatchets and axes, and she's a lumberjack gardener. A damsel with a brand new axe in a vision once I saw. 'Twas a firm Nebraska maid, and with that sharpened tool she prayed to an angel she called Zach. Could I revive within me her chop, chop, chopping song, to such a deep delight would win me, that to her music loud and long I would build that pleasure dome for her, that sunny dome on Garden Lane. And all would see us lounging there, and all should cry, beware, beware, his cozy chair, her floating hair. Weave the circle round them thrice, and close your eyes with holy dread, for they on honey dew hath fed, and drunk the milk of paradise. Okay, here's another one I wrote for her. She always rode her bike to Mother's. Once while I was away in China, her bike got stolen at Mother's, and she never got over that, actually. So this is the Song of St. Constance by Henry Wadsworth Lon Milo. Is anyone still listening? I'm sure you want to go on with your day. Near the bike stand, next to Mother's, with her tote bag overflowing and her hand the beet juice clutching, stands St. Constance, proud yet humble, strong yet yielding, sweet yet crabby, poised to mount her red bicycle to soar the streets of Costa Mesa. Born in winter on the prairie, just days after her parents married. Went to church, nuns adored her, ate her veggies, but hid her meat. She never liked meat, and she'd always, at the table at home, would take it out of her mouth and hide it under the plate. Ate her veggies, but hid her meat, would not fly up when brownies pushed her. She didn't go for being a brownie or a Girl Scout or any of that. They tried to pressure her too. They came to the house and said, "Oh, she should fly up." You know, she said, "No, I'll hide you with my meat." You know, I digress. Ate her veggies, but hid her meat, would not fly up when brownies pushed her. Confirmation name of Wanda. She wanted to have that as her because of Dale Evans' name was Wanda in a Roy Rogers movie once, and she liked that name. They wouldn't let her do it. Confirmation name of Wanda? 'Twas not to be. It sounded pagan. Then in high school social studies came a tap upon her shoulder. Turned to see a strange boy giggling, boy who laughed when others didn't. Passed a note most oddly folded, clumsy words so crudely written. "I've a crush on you, do you mind?" In the front room, that's me sitting behind her, in case you didn't figure that out. In the front room of his brother, near the great sea called Pacific, stood a hypnotist named Ed Young. Sat the maiden in a pink dress, sat the strange boy in his sweatshirt. breathing sweet smoke from a hookah, spiced with music from a few friends. Hand in hand with rings on credit, boy and girl with giggling voices spoke the words the two collected words of hope and words of wisdom, words of love and words of counsel, words that neither vowed nor promised, from holy books of hippie fame. Once score 10 plus 5 plus 1 means 36 in poetry. This is our 36th wedding anniversary. I wrote this. Years blessed by their live-in Buddha. Years blessed by their possum, llama. Years of wells and swords and daggers, hosts and patents, cups and lances, rites and parties, initiations. Through it all, they stand together. November 9th. This is November 9th, 2003. I wrote that. Here's one for Constance's 54th birthday, which is just last year. Actually, it was February 27th, 2002. Perhaps you'll recognize where I stole this one from. Once upon a morning drowsy, while I, enthroned and feeling lousy, sat, almost snoozing, intense perusing quaint Harry Potter lore. I put the Harry Potter book in the bathroom. Okay. While I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at the bathroom door. "'Tis my good wife," I muttered, tapping at the bathroom door. "'Tis my wife," and nothing more. "Get off that seat, it's nearly 7, her voice so sweet it rang of heaven. I answered not, in hopes the gods might lure her to some unremembered chore. She thinks I'm deaf, I held my breath. But then there came a tapping, a not so gentle rapping at the bathroom door. "I'll be out soon," I answered, pushing out a small bit more. "I'll be out soon," then said no more. Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Dear, my darling, truly your forgiveness I implore. But the fact is I was reading, and so your gentle raps unheeding, and so faintly you came tapping at my bathroom door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. I'll soon open the door, I'll soon be out," then said no more. Flush once again before you get up. It's bad feng shui to leave the lid up, and brush your teeth after you take your vitamins, not before. And I'm sure you'll need convincing that the bathtub must have a rinsing, and get no water on my bathroom floor. Through gritted teeth and tight lips wincing, I hissed the words, "I'll be out soon," then said no more. Back into the bathroom turning, all my soul within me burning. Soon again I heard a rapping, so much louder than before. "Surely," I said, "surely I can give my love a precious birthday treat." Then like an obese and obscene madman, I stripped down as raw and clean as Adam, and flung open wide the bathroom door. "Happy birthday, dear, you're 54. I'm a vulgar man. Let's see what I got here. Oh, Carolyn Tilley. I hope you're watching, Carolyn. She is a master chef. Okay, She writes cookbooks. She's a star. Okay. And she's also a dear, dear family friend. And one of the few people that get to visit us here from time to time in Sacramento. And years and years ago, after it was soon after an extended Kabbalah class at Monday night, magic class on Kabbalah, Carolyn was getting her master's degree in writing her master's thesis at Cal State University, and I was proud and honored to be on her master's committee because it was based on the Kabbalah, and I was part of that scene. And she did a Kabbalah-themed exhibition of, she was working in metal, but she's also a master chef, and she designed a Kabbalah dinner, Kabbalah banquet, based on the Tree of Life. There was a 10-course meal, one for every sephira on the Tree of Life. It was absolutely brilliant, and I think you can find it somewhere on the internet. Even she's got the menu, and I hope if she's watching, she'll post the link to that here on Facebook, and I'll try to share that with you. But I was so awed by the whole thing, and she invited a few friends from the Monday Night Magic class in Haru Rahal Lodge. There, it was quite a group. She had to extend her dining room into the living room, and it was just awesome. Okay, and so Rod Clough, if you're watching, Rob and Liesel were there because I mentioned them in this poem, and it's called "We Happy Few," with a song in praise of a 10-course Kabbalistic feast held on the eve of Saints Simon and Jude, October 27th, 2001. A loving tribute to Miss Carolyn Tilley in stunned gratitude for an excellent evening of food and friendship, by Archbishop Lon Milo DuQuette with some help from William Shakespeare. Starts off, Rob Clough. It's a play, so it's a dialogue, and you see the character who's saying what. Rob Clough. Oh, that we now had here but 1/10,000 of those Kabbalists that gorged not themselves today. And Archbishop Lon replies, What's he that wishes so? My brother Rodcliffe? No, my fair brother, if we are marked to explode, we are now to do our order loss. And if to live, the fewer maws, the greater share of victuals. God's will, I pray thee, wish not one more chair. By Jove, I'm not covetous for gold, nor care I my girth is held in ridicule. It yearns me not if men leave my tomes unread. Such outward things dwell not in my desires. But if it be a sin to covet rich foods and fine wine, I am the most offending soul alive. No, faith, my bro, wish not one mouth more. God's peace I would not lose so great a filling as one guest more, methinks, would share from me for the best hope I have. Oh, do not wish for one more. Rather proclaim it, Rob Clough, through my host, that he which hath no stomach for this repast, let him depart. His passport shall be made, and crowns for convoy put into his purse. We would not glut in that man's company, that fears his fellowship to stuff with us. This day is the feast of Saints Simon and Jude. He that outlives this day and comes safe home will stand a tiptoe when this day is named, and rouse him at the names Simon and Jude. He that shall live this day and see old age will yearly on the vigil feast his neighbors and say, "Tomorrow's the feast of Saint Simon and Jude." Then he will loosen his belt, pull up his shirt and shew his stretch marks, and say, "These wounds I had on Saint Simon and Jude Eve." Old men forget, yet all shall be forgot, but he'll be remembered with advantages what delicacies he ate that day. Then shall our names, familiar in his mouth as household words, and here's all the people that were there: Archbishop Lon, St. Constance of the Well, Leroy the Sage, and Troubadour Jane, their most excellent graces Doug and Karen, Divine Fool Michael and Lady Sanda and Queen Venita, Sir Rodcliffe and Damsel Liesel, Maestro Jonathan and Consort Leslie, Sean the Seer and sweet Goddess Carrie, she to whom we surrender our palates. Be in their flowing cups remembered. This story shall the fat man teach his son, and Saint Simon and Jude shall ne'er go by from this day to the ending of the world, but we in it shall be remembered. We few, we happy few, we band of drooling brothers and sisters. This day, for them today that cram their guts with me shall be my kin. Be they ne'er so vile, this day shall gentle their condition. And Kabbalists everywhere now, and hungered to bed, shall think themselves accursed they were not here, and hold their gluttony cheap, whilst any speak that dined with us upon Simon's and Jude's Eve. I almost got through it. Okay, I think that's where we'll end it. I sang on my poetry slam talk with you the other day. I sang a song called "When You're Not in Love," or I didn't sing it. I read it as a poem. Here is the whole poem that came from. Okay, because it just makes up the refrain or the bridge of that song. The whole thing was this: Saint Valentine was martyred. He broke the law and lovers wed, so that they could share the nuptial bed and live as one till they were dead. But Valentine himself was chaste. The wine of love he'd never taste, the pain of childbirth never face, that pious asshole had it aced. He'd never know to what extent familiarity breeds contempt, or how his ritual would cement two foolish souls to lives misspent. If truly kind, he'd strong disparage youthful minds from thoughts of marriage, or failing that, with humane considerage, hurl their body beneath a carriage. But though I snore like 10 militias, and never help you with the dishes, and though my laundry smells like fishes, I'll tell you what my greatest wish is, that you'll always be my Valentine. I love you, my little harpy. Okay. That's it for Saturday morning cartoons. Stay dry. I hope we do too. And we'll see you tomorrow for Sunday school. Until then, continue to be good to yourself, be good to each other. Do what thou wilt, shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law, love under will.